Jorie Walters. I am the research coordinator here at the Kankakee County Museum. I lived here since about 1972 when I was 2 years old, and I grew up in Bradley. And I lived here most of my life. I lived on the East Coast for about 7 years, and then I came back. I love studying the downtown Kankakee. I study the whole county for the history, for research. But the downtown is one of my favorites. And looking through old photographs and articles about businesses that used to be there and the different commercial setting that what downtown used to be. Every time I see a new photograph of a different angle and streets, etc., it's exciting to me. It means it's such an area that has such vibrant history to it in commercial and nightlife, but today it is more of a cultural center, and there's an art gallery for autistic people, and I think there's a couple other artistic areas in downtown, so it's kind of transitioning to a different kind of a vibrancy for a downtown area. Well, it's a city that has been here since 1853, and it's still going. It's going in different directions, but it's been here for so long, and it's transitioned through so many decades of different buildings, buildings that are no longer there, newer buildings, and different places to go now than you used to, and certain places you can't go to anymore. So the change has been a very big. One thing I would say, parking lots. A lot of people say we need more parking lots. True, but in a way that really kind of lets the old buildings, disappear. And the history of downtown has changed a lot because of disappearing of buildings. Firsthand, I've seen some of the buildings in downtown Kinki and Southeast Avenue were torn down, so I've seen that. But I've also seen, when I had come back from Washington, from the East Coast, I noticed that Southeast Avenue was no longer Southeast Avenue. A lot of changes. They marked off from Court Street. You can't get on to the street from Court Street anymore. Landscaping instead of an actual street. It looks beautiful, by the way. Very beautiful, but the change just, if you did not know what Southeast Avenue looked like, you would never know. So that was one thing that really changed for me. Another thing, 100 block of South Schuyler also changed one side. The library is there now in the parking lot. All those buildings were torn down, and I remember, it's been a while now, but I do remember that side of the street also, and how it is now. Just a big change. I really would like to get the history of what downtown used to be out to the public. A lot of things that people remember about downtown, where they used to shop, different stores they used to shop at, different businesses, different law firms, things like that, in the memories of people, but also in nobody's memory from way back in the beginning, when the city was first settled. You had a little strip on one street, and then they grew a little bit more, and then they grew a little bit more, and the city just really kind of blossomed. And I really would like to get that kind of information and through photographs out to people. And I believe, in my opinion, photographs are the best way to get history out to people.